Flosstube. It's me, I'm Elizabeth. I am the Silver Scissor, and this is my Flosstube about cross stitching. Last time I talked to you guys, we had just gotten back from vacation. My husband and I went to the Caribbean, and we went to the Bahamas and Puerto Rico and St. Thomas. And I had only been back for 2 or 3 days when I made the last video, and then we got back into real life, and I swear I am brain dead. Like, I have no idea what's going on. I keep forgetting things that my kids have done. The last 2 weeks have been crazy. My kids have been crazy they're involved in different things, and I keep forgetting that we have more stuff going on, and it's been wild. Anyway, my oldest just turned 16 in July and got his driver's license, and he got in a big wreck on Monday that was his fault, and he looked down to change his music and ran into the person in front of him who was also a junior in high school, and ran into the person in front of her. Fortunately, nobody was hurt. We feel very blessed about that, but our car is totaled, and probably the car he ran into. He was going about 40 miles an hour, but I don't know, it was like 5:30, he was just getting off work, and so it was super crowded, I think was the big problem. So anyway, we've been dealing with that this weekend, looking for a new car. Not like a nice new car, we have our cars that my husband and I drive, and then just a teenage car, so that will be used by all of our teenagers when they get to be that age. So we are looking for a teenage car, we are not looking for a nice car here, let's put it that way. Anyway, so that's been a little bit crazy, juggling cars and things like that. What we had before was a teenage car as well, but it was just an older car that my husband had been driving, and then when my son turned 16, he started driving that one, and we had bought a different one for my husband to drive. So anyway, it's been a crazy week. I have not gotten much stitching done because, like I said, we have been so busy, and the unexpected, of course, is happening. Like I said, we just feel really blessed that nobody was hurt. And hopefully he has learned his lesson about change your music when you get to a stoplight or something, but not while you're driving. I feel like I've got a piece of hair right there, sticking straight out. Anyway, the other thing we have been working on, which I started to do just before we left, you can probably hear it's very echoey in here. I am coming to you from my new craft room, and this room I told you about before. When we first moved in, I was so excited for this room. Where I have the camera right now is a big counter. It's about the size of an island, like a kitchen island, and there's a desk right over here that has my sewing machines on them, and there's some built-in cupboards, and then right here where we are, you can kind of see the washer and dryer, the laundry hookups, the old ones. Our laundry was right here. Well, we live in a 2-story house, and in Utah we say 2-story, like 2 stories out of the ground. So you walk in on the main floor, and then there's an upstairs, and then this is the basement. Well, we have all of our bedrooms on the 2nd floor, and the laundry down here in the basement. So you had to walk to carry the laundry, and by you I mean me, 2 full floors down to carry the laundry each direction. So we decided a few years ago that we needed more room, and so we decided to add 2 bedrooms on, and I thought, while we're doing it, we're also moving the laundry, and we also moved our kitchen, because our kitchen was a little tiny. It was kind of crammed into a corner, but we had a formal dining room, and while I love having a formal dining room, I would rather have a kitchen that is usable. The old one only had 1 outlet. Who makes an outlet with 1 outlet? Or who makes a kitchen with 1 outlet? And actually, when they were demolishing the old kitchen, they found underneath the backsplash that there actually was another outlet that they had tiled over. So the people before us being the they. Anyway, so we moved our laundry room upstairs, and this is, I have just been using it as a sewing room, but it was so outdated and just dirty. Our house is about 40 years old, and I just had original stuff everywhere, and it felt like I was in the dungeon. And I mean, I sewed down here, I was down here a lot, but I needed to clear out the clutter as it was, and I thought, well, I've got all this done, I should paint and make it seem like a clean space, actually, and paint. And I painted the countertops, and I will show, I plan on doing a tour when I have everything moved in. If you can, I don't know if you can tell, but I have nothing in here right now besides, I have set my sewing machines up yesterday, and then this hutch behind me. This hutch was one that was, I bought it at a yard sale probably 10 years ago or so, and it was maybe like $40 or $45. I painted the bottom turquoise, and if you look on my Instagram, which is the Silver Scissor Sews, you can see a before and an after that I posted yesterday. And I had painted the bottom. I redid this top. It was like a lighter, like the orangey colored pine from the 80s. Or 90s maybe. I refinished that about 10 years ago and did the bottom like a bright turquoise. And then when I used it as a table in my living room, and then we used the top as like a car garage thing for our kids and turned it upside down so it wasn't gonna fall on them, and they used it to store toys in, mostly their big cars. But I decided I wanted it back. I wanted it in here so I could have a little bit more storage. It only has the 2 drawers, you can kind of see right there. It's not full down there, but I figured I'll put baskets in that can have fabric. I've got fabric everywhere. I quilted for a lot of years, and now I make more clothes for my girls. I have a 10-year-old girl and a 6-year-old girl, and I like to make clothes for them. Sometimes it can be cheaper than buying, but mostly I want them to have what I want instead of what's available in the stores. I feel like I don't like them to wear skirts that are super short. So that's one of the things, or shorts that are super short. So I feel like I can get the length that I want. I have certain things that I like and that I don't like, and I like to make what I want and not necessarily have them have only the choices that are at the stores. And a lot of the kids' stores have closed, so I feel like they have the same thing as all of their friends have. Anyway, so that's what I will be doing in this room, and like I said, I will show you a tour when I have it all set up, which may be a few weeks because I've got to decide what I won't wear, things like that. So anyway, I don't have a ton to show you today because, like I said, I've been working on this room, painting and things like that, and busy with kids stuff and choir concerts and just a bunch of things that go with having children. So let's get started. Now, the first one that I've got that I worked on is Heritage Sampler. And if you remember correctly, last time I said on President's Day I wanted to do Abraham Lincoln, who goes right here. I didn't get there. I ended up being close to a finish on something else and decided I wanted to finish that rather than spend my time there. But I can't remember if I had this pilgrim guy here. But I did work on the pumpkin patch, and I did go slightly farther with this border. Oh, and I filled in the sunflowers. I had the yellow part, but not the inner, and I finished, I think that this was not quite finished last time. So, Heritage Sampler, I will finish it one day, I assume. And it just doesn't call to me very often. I love it, but I have other things. I think with bigger projects, sometimes I feel like if I work on them, that's great, but it's not making me that much closer to being done. And this one actually is not that big, but I feel like it's a huge project. I don't know what it is. Anyway, I need to work on it and get it done. I understand that. Same with Merrily Merrily, we welcome spring. Okay, the other thing that I worked on was this one, and this is Quaker Handwork. These are all fresh off the Q snap, so they're kind of wrinkled. And I worked on this motif, and I think I did this flower since I last saw you. I may have filled in the little roses around, or rose buds around the bird right there. Anyway, I don't know how close I need to be for you to see it. Anyway, I really love this one, and I'm excited to get back to it. This is what it looks like when it's all the way finished. Right there. I've got one at the Framers that I showed you last time to finish, and it was Anna Grader. And I was at Hobby Lobby looking to see if they happened to have a frame that would fit. And I started talking to the girl that works there about framing. And she was telling me that they do it all there, and they don't use sticky board, they stretch it. So I decided I would have one try it. So I will let you know on this one how I like it. I know some of the frame places that are the big chains send them out and send them, I don't know, I guess they have like a central location that do it or something. I don't really understand how it works. And then they don't use products that are safe for your stitching, and I did not want that. But as I talked to the girl, it sounded like this could be a good place. So we'll try that and see. I'll let you know. I'll show you next time. It should be done tomorrow. I was hoping it would be done so that I could show you today, but it wasn't. Okay, I've been working on, this is one of the new patterns that I've gotten since last time. This is Count Twice, Stitch Once by Paulette Stewart. And I've been working on it. I changed a lot of the colors to just the things that I had. This was a scrap piece. I believe it is fog linen. I did the words in Color and Cotton Deep Sea, and the green is Color and Cotton Ivy, and the pinkish I absolutely love and had not used it before and was so excited to find something to use it on, and it is Old Brick. But hopefully I can finish this tonight. I just have to finish this flower pot and do the basket on the bottom and do the little frog there. And then I'll be done. And I'm excited. I'm going to be putting this one up in this room, probably over here. So hopefully you'll get to see it next time if I can figure out how to finish it. I've been also looking into buying frames online that are pre-made but a custom size that they mail to you, and then just framing it myself. So I will let you know. American Frame seemed like they had really good prices. Some of the places that I looked at, it was cheaper to have it done at a store, a frame shop, than to have them just send it. I looked at one that's on Etsy, and I found the perfect frame for one of them that I'll show you in just a minute. And it was still, I think it was like $36, $37 for it, and it's little. And I know that I can have it framed for cheaper than that at the other place that I have gone to is just a local framer. And I know that I've had one that was probably slightly bigger that I got framed for $15 there a few years ago, or last year I think. So I probably wouldn't do the other and then still have to frame it myself if it's gonna be more than that. Anyway, if you know any good custom framing, let me know. So I bought two, well, I told you I bought this Count Twice, Stitch Once. I don't know how well you can see. My contacts are really dry and I cannot, it all looks kind of fuzzy for me, so I hope that this is focused for you. So I bought Mrs. McGuire Bee Charmer from Pineberry Lane. And every time, I always want to say Miss McGuire, first of all, because when I was in high school, my choir teacher's name was Miss McGuire. So I always, when I see the things, say Miss McGuire in my head. And anyway, I think this is so cute and so fun for summer. I'm excited to do it. I've been really wanting to start summer patterns on 4th of July. I still have a couple Easter things that I want to do, and I've got to finish what I have started. I'm trying to get my whips down. And then there was one whip that I thought I was going to toss, or I don't know. I cannot remember what it's called. It's from market last year, but I've seen a couple people doing it on Instagram, and now I like it again. So add that back. I had taken it out of the whip basket thinking I was just gonna be done with it, and it's back. So good thing I didn't get rid of it. The other thing that I bought is this Sew Sisters, and I'm so excited to do this, and I will also put it in here. I always see these cute sewing related things and think, okay, but I don't necessarily want them in my living room. But now I have somewhere to put them, and I'm excited. I've got this one, and then I've also got one that's by With Thy Needle that is, I can't remember what it's called, but it has a house and needleworker sampler or something like that. I don't remember. Anyway, so I'm excited to do these. I've also, my new plan is to start over dyeing fabric. I bought this at Hobby Lobby, and this is a huge piece. So you could do quite a bit there. I have not used this linen before. I bought linen from Joann's, but it seemed very stretchy and I didn't like working on it. And I actually had tea dyed it. I don't drink coffee or tea, and so I don't have those readily available in my house, but I did buy just some cheap tea to tea dye it, and it turned out looking good, but it did not, the fabric itself was not fun to use. So I got this from Hobby Lobby, and it's just 32 count Belfast linen. This is the package that it comes in here. And I bought 2 of them because that's all my store had to see, but I think this is like $15 about, and then I use the 40% off coupon, and I'm waiting for it to go on sale because I know it'll eventually go on sale for 50% off because everything does at Hobby Lobby. And I plan to stock up if I like it. Hopefully I can get to these tomorrow. That's been the plan for the last few days. But, and I want to see how I like it before I buy a lot. But I'm gonna do Rit dye. I've heard now since that you shouldn't dye with coffee or tea because it has acid that will break down your fibers over time. So I don't really want to do that. I had 2 small finishes, but I haven't fully finished them because I haven't had a room or a space to do it in my house. So I've got this one. And this is the Holiday Hoopla for St. Patrick's Day by With Thy Needle and Thread. I think I'm going to put this in a tart. I've bought some tart pans on Amazon, and my plan is to put this there. If I found a tutorial by Vanna Pfeiffer, and I didn't find the video of it. If she has one and you know about it, link me because I would like that. But on her blog, she had a step-by-step tutorial. So I'm gonna use that. We'll see how it goes. And then the other one, this is one I would really like to frame. This one is by Sabrosa, and I think it's just called St. Patrick's Day. And this is the one that I was telling you I was supposed to be stitching Abraham Lincoln for President's Day, and I ended up finishing this instead. This one, there was the cutest frame at Hobby Lobby that was green, and it's 5x7, and they don't have it bigger. And I really was hoping that that would fit in. It is just slightly smaller, maybe a ½ inch, or bigger. Maybe a ½ inch bigger. And I had my heart set on it, and then it didn't fit, which I had to, truth be told, I had figured out the size before and figured that it wouldn't, but I was hoping maybe by some miracle it was off, or the frame size wasn't exactly 5x7, and it was. So I really wanted to finish. It was just a green frame. I thought it would be so cute for St. Patrick's Day, but that it doesn't fit. So I've got to figure out what to do. I may take it in and just do a cheap frame, or I may do a flat fold. We'll see. I may, on the count twice, stitch once, end up doing a flat fold on that too. But like I said, I also want to try these framers where you kind of frame it yourself. So market is coming up. and I'm so excited to see some of the patterns. There's a few that I'm interested in. I love the ones by Brenda Gervais. There's the, is it called Salt Box quilts or something that's the houses with the quilts on them. And I used to quilt all the time. And then we moved, and the area where we are is about an hour away from where our other house was. But there used to be so many quilt shops in that area. But when we moved here, I found there's a few quilt shops, but none of them, and there have been some that have opened since we have moved here. But at the time, there weren't, and I just wasn't finding what I wanted, and my kids were getting older, and things would happen, like I would stand up to press my fabric, and one of my helpers would push the button on my sewing machine, and then I would break a needle because I wouldn't notice until I started to sew and it hit the foot. So anyway, I kind of started doing smaller projects that I could finish during nap time, like clothing. So I don't remember. Anyway, but I still love quilts. That's where I was going with that. The houses with the quilts are so cute, and I've got quilts all over in my house from when I quilted more. And so I love that one. And I love the one that it's kind of a teal and olive sampler, a Quaker sampler. And she has it shown on a little wood drawers that she's turned upside down and put it in the bottom, and it is so cute. So I'm excited to do that one as well. And then there's the little summer, I don't know, it looks like a summer house to me. She did the fall one in the fall with her releases that came out then. But this one is a little summer one, and it has like a quilt on a house and a flag, and it looks like it's just tiny. Anyway, it's so cute. She has a few that I really like. I'm super excited for Paulette Stewart to show her new ones as well. I assume she's having new ones. I haven't seen anything. And I hope Blackbird has some fun ones as well. It's so exciting to see all these new patterns coming out, and I can't wait to get up to Shepherd's Bush, which is my LNS, and see those. Anyway, I think I'm done. I don't think I have anything that I didn't show you. Hopefully next time I will have this room put together and have stuff behind me so I don't just have blank shelves. And hopefully I'll have more time for stitching between now and then. Yeah, and I hope that you will subscribe and share this video. When I get up to 500 subscribers, we can do a giveaway. I've already got a chart for that. And I'm excited to share that with you. So like and subscribe and leave comments. If you have anywhere that you'd love to buy custom frames that will just get you the custom frame for you to frame yourself, and it's cheaper, let me know about that, because some of them that I looked into definitely were not cheaper, probably more expensive. So yeah, let me know. And also let me know what you're excited about coming out for market. I can't wait to hear what you guys love, and hope maybe you've seen some things that I haven't seen that you're excited about, and then I can go look at those too. So let me know. Yeah, and thanks for stopping by and for watching. And on Instagram, I'm the Silver Scissor Sews, so follow me there. Thanks, bye.